You know what? Now that I'm sitting and thinking about it, I'm thinking, should I post this? Should I do this video or not? Because it sounds like I'm doing a confessional where I'm confessing things that happened. But anyways, welcome back, you guys, to my YouTube channel. I'm back again with another story time, and today I'm going to be telling you a story that happened back when I was in high school. So I think I'm going to do a series, so I'm going to title it High School Shenanigans, because there are multiple things that happen in high school, and I think it's now time for me to share with you guys what happened. So without wasting much of your time, let us get in today's video. So this story happened back in 2019. I don't remember which term it was, first term, second term, or third term, but then it was during exam season. I was on my way to school with my dad, and when my dad was about to drop me off, he was like, so what time do you want me to pick you up? So I think school finished at like 3:30, 4 p.m. And I was like, it's exam season, I want to study with my friends, so maybe pick me up at 6. Then my dad was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pick you up at 6 so you can study with your friends. I'm like, cool. And you know, like in high school, you don't really study after school. Okay, yes, you do study, but then most of the times you're just with your friends talking, not really doing anything related to studying. So school finishes, and I'm in the classroom with my classmates, and we're just doing whatever we're doing. So at my high school, the one that I was at that particular time, we were not allowed to bring like cell phones. So we were just, it was after school, we were talking, kicking, having fun, discussing whatever we're discussing. And there's this other guy, let's name that guy, let's name him Raymond. Okay, so Raymond came with a phone to school, and he was using his phone. So I was talking to this other, let's name this other character. What should we name her? Let's name her. What should we name her? Let's name her Keisha. So I was with Keisha. I was talking to Keisha, and Raymond was on the other corner on his phone, on his laptop. Keisha wanted notes which were in Raymond's phone. So Keisha asked Raymond for his phone, and then Raymond gave us his phone, and both of us initially we wanted to study. Like that was the initial thing. We actually wanted to study.
Really, nigga?
Keisha got Raymond's phone. We are on the phone and we are looking at the notes. I don't remember. I think it was physics. So it was a Samsung. The phone, it was a Samsung, and we were looking at the notes, and so I think we only looked at the notes for like 5 minutes or something, and then somehow we switched the conversation. We started talking about this other couple, and it happened that Keisha did not have like her phone because something had happened. Like she lied to her mom about something else. Like she was going to visit someone, and then it happened that like she got into a car accident with her boyfriend, and then her mom knew about the car accident, so she took her phone. So she didn't have access to Instagram or WhatsApp or anything. If you wanted to communicate with her, you would use her mom's phone number. So she was like, oh yeah, remember you guys told me about this couple. So there was this couple, not at our school, but like this story, like I think everyone, our age group, or anyone who was in high school that time knew about that couple, because they did a video, an inappropriate video, and it spread in all schools. Like everyone was talking about that video. So she was like, oh, you still remember that couple? They had a video that came out like a few months ago, but then the thing is, I actually don't have a phone, so I didn't see it. I was like, oh, you didn't see it? I have the video in my Instagram, because there's someone from our school who sent the video to my Instagram DM. So I was like, I can show you, I have the video. You do not see that everyone knew about the video. What do you mean you didn't see that video? I took Raymond's phone, and then I logged into my Instagram account, and I then went into, let's call this person's Instagram, let's call her Sasha. So it was Sasha's Instagram. So we went on Sasha's. So I went on my DM with Sasha, and then I looked for the video. Then I showed her the video. She saw the video. We started talking about it, right? And then we after that we then she then went on Sasha's Instagram. And you know, like when you go on someone's Instagram page, like, you know, okay, let me break this down. This is the DM, right? So let's say this is the DM, my DM with Sasha, and on top there's Sasha's name. She clicked on Sasha's name, and then she went on Sasha's page, and then she started stalking Sasha, and then somehow when she was on Sasha's page, she went on another person's page, another person's page, another person's page, until like we were on, I don't know how many pages we were, and we were just talking, and everyone in class, we were just talking, making noise, you know. And then all of a sudden, we see the principal standing by the window. And what had happened is we were on a desk, and on the desk there were bags on top, and we had the phone here because we didn't want anyone who would walk by to see it, even like other students, because you never know, there are snitches in school. So there are bags over there, and we were like this, looking at the phone on Instagram, stalking people, talking about people. And then the principal was like, "What are you guys doing?" And then we look up, and he's right in front of us. He's like, let's say 5 meters away from us, and he's looking at us, and he was like, "What are you guys doing?" And we were like, and then I was like, "Hello, Stay." Then he was like, "Hello, Joe, how are you doing? What are you guys doing?" And then I was like, we are so when I was talking to the principal, right? What did I name this girl, by the way? I said Sasha and who? Keisha. Yeah, Keisha. Keisha's sitting next to me, right? So it's a Samsung phone. So you know, like those old Samsungs, they had like the home button, and then the tabs, and then the exit button. So she didn't exit Instagram. She just clicked the tab button, and then she switched back to the file where we were reading those notes. I don't remember if it was physics or computer science. So she then went to that document, because initially we were studying that, right? So I was like, how are you saying? So when I'm saying, I was like, how are you saying? I'm looking at her, she's changing, she's switching the tabs, right? And then she goes to the notes, and then it was like, what are you guys doing? You guys are making noise. Everyone in class, you're making noise. What are you guys doing? And then I was like, so mind you, it's not only us who had a phone, other people had phones, but then it just happened that we were seated close by at the window, and he's the one who saw us with the phone. But then everyone else, they also had phones. And mind you, it's not our phone, it's Raymond's phone. Raymond is seated over there talking to other guys about something else, right? And the principal was like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, we are studying computer science. And then he was like, no, you're not studying. Why do you have the bags on top of the table? And why were you seated like this? You know, you guys were, you know, like back in high school, like they had bags, and then there's a phone over there, and it looks like it didn't look like anything like studying. It looked like people who were doing something on the phone and laughing about and they were also hiding that they are having a phone. And then we were like, no, sir, we have an exam tomorrow, so we were studying this exam. And then he was like, bring me that phone. And I was like, oh my God, I hope he's not about to take this phone, because if he takes this phone, this is not our phone, this is Raymond's phone. So what are we gonna do? He takes the phone. I hand the phone over to him, right? And then so the class had huge windows. So he was outside, and the window was opened. So I could see like him, like he started swiping through the notes, right? And then I was standing next to him, so I could see what he was doing. And then he went on the tabs. I was like, oh my God, I hope he doesn't go on Instagram. So he went on the tab, right? And when he went on the tab, it then opened Instagram. It opened Instagram, and then he was like, oh, you guys were on Instagram instead of studying. You should have been studying. What are you guys doing? It's exam season, and you guys should be studying. And I was like, sir, no, we were studying, we were not on Instagram. Then he's like, no, those tabs are opened and there's Instagram. Then he starts going back. So remember I told you that like we started like the Instagram on the DM, and then we went on Sasha's page, and then on Sasha's page, on another person's page, another person's page. So he started going back. So we had gone to many pages, many people's pages. So he went back, back. So now I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God, what if he goes back and then it goes back into the DM, and then he sees that video, and he'll be like, why were you guys showing each other that video, and why do you have this video with you, and why is Sasha also is in our class, right? Why did Sasha send you this video? Because I don't think principals knew about that video, right? And he starts going back, right? The best part is we had opened multiple tabs. So when he was going back, he got like, you know, when you're frustrated, just going back and then he's showing you pages. So he then like quickly pressed the back button multiple times until he logged off Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, God. And then he then switched off the phone, and then he was like, no, you guys were not studying. Yes, I understand that you guys were studying, but then you also went on Instagram. And also the other thing is, you're not allowed to have the phone with you. The school doesn't allow phones. So I'm going to take this phone and you have to pay. And we had to, like, I think it was a $20 fine. Like, yeah, it was a $20 fine. If you're caught with a gadget, you would have to pay $20 to the business office. And now I'm like, okay, let's go apologize to the principal. So we followed the principal. We went into his room, and then he was on his desktop, right? And he was typing whatever he was typing, and then we're like, say we are very sorry. Then he was like, no, you guys are not sorry. You guys are not remorseful. Like, why were you using the phone? It's exam season. Why were you guys doing that? And I was like, oh my God. And it was a very small school, and my heart was racing because the principal had contacts to our parents, and he could easily like text my dad or my mom that, you know, your son was caught with the phone at school. So I was like, what should I do now? Then we went back to class, and then we told Raymond that, you know what, we don't have the money. We're gonna come with the money tomorrow, and we're gonna take your phone. We're gonna take your phone, and then we give you back. And fortunately, Raymond was like, okay, it's cool. You guys can give me back I can go home today without a phone, but then make sure tomorrow you guys give me back my phone. And here I'm like, okay, I'm grateful that the first part, like both of us were like, we thank God that like the principal didn't see the video, because it was going to be like, I think the whole stream was going to be like, because it was a small school with like, let's say, I think in my class we were like 15 people, and almost everyone knew about that video, right? So because it was in my DM with Sasha, and she would have to say, I got this video from this person, it was going to be trouble for all of us. And I and Keisha would have caused that for the whole class. And I was like, oh my God, I just hope like tomorrow he does not ask us to open the phone back. So what happened is, when my dad came, I was so nervous, and I was like, I hope the principal doesn't text my dad, because if he texts my dad, and my dad will be furious, you know, like, you know, African parents, they don't play. If you're going to school, you're going to school to do school. You shouldn't go do phones at school. And I was young, like it was in 2019, and yeah, so I was so scared, and I reached home. I still remember when I reached home, I took my phone, I changed my Instagram password, because I was like, tomorrow, if we get the phone, what if the principal asks for the phone back, and then he goes back on Instagram? So I quickly changed the Instagram. I quickly alerted Sasha to delete the video from her end, so that like if something happens, there's nothing, like there's no proof between us that we had that video. So I reached home, I was so scared. I still remember like I had money that I had saved, and you're at high school, you were saving money for something, and then I had to take that money, and because I had to pay, and also Keisha had to pay. So the next day we came to school, and then we paid for the money, and then he was like, you guys shouldn't do this. Next year you be candidates, so you shouldn't do that. Like I was about to, so he was like, I was about to text your parents or tell your parents that this happened, and my heart almost dropped out. Like, there's no way you're gonna tell my parents that. So that day I went home, and then I took my dad's phone, and then I went on WhatsApp, and then I blocked the principal's phone number from my dad's phone, because I was so scared, guys. I was really scared that, like, what if my dad knows that this happened? I didn't want him to know. I didn't want anyone to know that happened. And for part 2, if you want part 2, I'm going to tell you how my dad found out that he was blocked from the principal. If you've reached this far, I love you so much. That's the story. High School Shenanigans, episode 1. I'm so excited that we did this. It's a secret that's out. I think my mom and my dad are surprised right now. They're like, what? This happened? But then my mom kind of knew, because, like, I told my mom these bits and pieces. So she kind of knew that something happened in school, but then I didn't tell her the details of what had happened. But yeah, it's a surprise to them. I'm glad we did it. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, and comment. Yeah, comment what you want to see. Do you want to see more story times? I have a lot of them, and crazy story times that I have to share. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. High School Shenanigans, episode 1.